Indonesia. Selamat siang, good afternoon for both of you, and welcome to Indonesia. So I would like to go first with Ilja. I would like to ask you about the Oranje Indonesia activity and the KNVB activity in Indonesia, and why you choose Indonesia.
Thank you, Gary. Yes, it's working. Well, hello everyone. Selamat datang from my side as well. Yes, so I'm responsible for international activities or strategy at the KNVB, and I think, well, my colleagues and I started doing some research in new potential markets and to see where we have Oranje fans over the world. And actually we've seen that there are not only in Indonesia but all over the world a lot of Oranje fans, because we're a very likable team and people tend to choose us, like the Netherlands, as being their second favorite, because we have a creative way of play and offensive, like it's with all the legends we come here. That's why people love Oranje. But like we cannot be everywhere in every country. We cannot have the activities there. So that's when we looked at well, we've seen that in Indonesia there are like 12 million Oranje fans. There are 12 million people supporting the Oranje team during World Cup. So we're like, wow, that's a really, really big number. And of course it is because of the history, but it's also the history made, like for example Giovanni van Bronckhorst and Lanza, the guys that have Indonesian blood and now play for Oranje. So we thought we need to do something with this, and that's when we started to organize the activities under Oranje Indonesia.
So the first question for Ilja. So what the fans can get from the Oranje Indonesia Festival, other than already you mentioned it before, because you have the giveaway to Gelora.
So I think we have an extra small announcement. I think you mean also with Bung, right?
I can announce it.
Oh, sorry.
If you can, if you want to inform it to the journalists.
Yeah. Okay. So I think what we have as an extra for the fans is, since we have Bung here and we know a lot of people would, well, really want to meet him in person, we have 40 extra spots for people to meet Ron tomorrow, get a photo. I think people would love, I hope to see people. No. So that's the first thing that we have as an extra. And I think it's also good to mention that Ron is wearing this nice jersey. I don't know if you've seen it from close, but here, this is the Oranje Indonesia merchandise, and tomorrow it's the first day that you can actually buy it in Indonesia at the festival. And we explained before what the shirt is about, but I think it's good to mention that we included the Garuda and the lion, so both the symbol of the Netherlands and Indonesia. So in everything we do, it's Indonesia and the Netherlands combined. So that's what you see in the shirt. Small details, the flags of both the countries. So yes, tomorrow we'll have the merchandise booth at the festival. So this is also an exciting moment for us to finally in the streets.
After the festival, what is planned from KNVB in Indonesia?
Yeah, sure. So I think the most important thing for us, for the KNVB, is that we're here for long term. So of course it's now everyone's hyped for the World Cup, so are we, and we're happy that we can celebrate this together. But after the World Cup, we're organizing more activities like football clinics, fan events. We really want to embrace the fans even more. And not only for the men, I mean the Women World Cup is coming up next year, and as you might know, women football is also developing in Indonesia. So we're also already thinking of, hey, how can we inspire the little girls here to play even more football, and can we use our Oranje women for their inspiration? So it's not only short term, it's really long term. And also, I think it's also good to mention that we're talking to, of course, people here, Football Federation, to see how we can help the football development grow. So it's more, there's more coming, definitely.
Yeah. Could you please sneak peek? Could you please give us a sneak peek?
Sneak peek?
Yeah, no. I'm just kidding.
banyak penggemar Belanda ya. Kemudian untuk Vlaar, apa ya? Apa prediksi sejauh apa Belanda akan maju di Piala Dunia tahun ini? Kita tahu Belanda juara tanpa mahkota, apa bagaimana pandangan tentang itu? Thank you. Satu lagi. Apa yang membedakan Belanda 2014 dan Belanda sekarang?
Karena Mas Santi sana. So the first question was about Oranje Indonesia Festival, the preparations, how many tickets or sales, and from KNVB, do you have any plan to have the festival in Ambon, in East Indonesia, because there is a lot of fans in there, right?
Yeah, first of all, for the ticket sales, we're still counting, so that's a good thing. I think people are more hyped towards the second game, and I don't know the exact numbers. Actually, Gary has them, but I think we will have a nice ambience with a lot of Oranje fans tomorrow. And for the second question, we wanted to have more festivals this year during the World Cup, so we were already looking at Ambon and Papua to have a big festival. Because we from the KNVB think it's we want to acknowledge the fans everywhere in Indonesia, right? Not only Jakarta, since it's the capital city, so that's a really important thing for us. We want to embrace all the fans throughout the country, and it's a big country, so we cannot be in every small village, unfortunately, otherwise I would do it. But now with when we prepared the festival, we decided not to have big festivals in every city, but we are going to have sort of a fan tour throughout the country. So we're visiting Ambon for the third match. So we're gonna go to the fans where they are experiencing and watching the game together. So we as the KNVB will be there and really acknowledge the fans and have fun again together, you know? So actually last Monday we also went to the Village Cafe at one of the Oranje fans left a mural painting to leave something behind from the KNVB, and that's also a thing that we're going to do during the fan tour. So when we're at Ambon, we're going to leave a mark as the KNVB that we really were there and that we've seen the fans and that we've celebrated the World Cup together, and we're going to do it in different or other places, hopefully until the final, so we can maybe see whole Indonesia, but let's see what happens.